Hello, chain breakers. It's good to see y'all. All right, my name is Shannon Savoy, certified life coach. All right, prophetess of the Most High God. All right, author, speaker, veteran. A lot of hats, y'all. Got a lot of hats, but all right. The most important title, all right, or hat or whatever of them all is daughter of the Most High God, servant. All right, follower of Yeshua. All right, so today, y'all, we are talking about the secret life of a narcissist. If it's your first time here, welcome. If you are a member of the Chainbreaker community, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. I won't be live today, but I wanted to share my thoughts on this message and get your thoughts, okay? So welcome to the Chain Breakers. Welcome to our VIP members. Don't forget to follow my husband, Faith-Based Workplace, over on his channel. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. All right, during this will be a live video premiere, and I want to hear your thoughts on this topic. All right, so don't you know that narcissists live double lives? Double lives. All right. How many of you have witnessed this? That narcissists are private devils and public angels and private devils. And this story, as I read the story, heard the story of Alicia Lofton, I was like, man, this could have been me. This could have been a lot of people, male or female, that are involved with these narcissists. So I want to share a little bit of what happened. I'm going to show a video, and then I want to share some lessons learned. All right, and definitely we will keep the family of Miss Alicia lifted up, her children, all right, who are 22, 19, and 14. All right, we want to make sure that we keep their family uplifted in prayer. Okay, so let's go ahead and get right into this. So our scripture is 1 Corinthians 13, 4 and 8. All right, love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy, love does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no records of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices in truth. It always protects, it always trusts, it always hopes, and it always perseveres. Love never fails. All right. Love never fails. All right, that's 1 Corinthians 13, 4 and 8. So if you ever are confused about a relationship, if you're ever confused about a person in your life, go to the standard, go to the word of God. All right. And you put that person's name where love is, and it will show you. You raise up that standard against that relationship, and you will see what type of relationship that you are in and what type of person that you are dealing with. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into this. Let me see where my video is. Let's see. Let's go here. All right.
Sharing their grief tonight after a Grand Rapids mother was shot and killed last week.
According to court records, the suspect is in custody. It's the man she was trying to divorce. Our Julie Dunmeyer joins us with more. Julie.
Yeah, Josh and Max, family tells me it's hard for them to even hear Alicia Lofton's full name because she shares the same last name with the man who allegedly shot and killed her. Loved ones saying their main focus right now is on the 3 children she leaves behind.
Loving, outgoing, high-spirited, give you the clothes off her back, love their kids, loved life.
This is Alicia Lofton, pictured here with her 3 children.
My oldest niece is graduating college next year, and her mom's not going to be there. She'll be looking in the crowd to see her mom. It's going to suck that my nephew isn't going to Grand Valley for his first year, and he's looking for his mom to be there. It's going to suck for my youngest niece in high school, who's not going to have her mom to pick out her prom dress.
And Alicia's loss will be felt long after she's gone, says Faustino Garcia, the family spokesperson.
Terrible, very terrible. Growing up, Alicia was like a sister to me.
A sister, now gone. Court records say on August 17th, Alicia was killed by multiple gunshot wounds to her head and body. Alicia's husband, Marcus Lofton, now in jail, charged with open murder for her death.
These kids have lost their mother, they lost their matriarch, they lost somebody that cared for them, and that's where I want the light shed on more, as not being shed on that guy.
Court records give Fox 17 a better idea about the final moments of Alicia's life. Marcus allegedly told officers he'd been served divorce papers and an argument followed. During the argument, Marcus told officers he tried to hit Alicia with her own Glock, but the gun went off. Next, Alicia reportedly locks herself in a bedroom. Marcus told officers he broke down the door, found Alicia crawling out of the bedroom window before he opened fire.
Definitely a tragic loss because of the tragic story behind it as well.
According to court records, Marcus and Alicia are said to have had a history of domestic violence during their time as a married couple. The two were married in February, but just a few months later in May, Marcus was arrested for domestic violence, accused of harming Alicia. Court records say he wasn't supposed to have contact with Alicia, a condition of his bond from the May arrest. Family saying the hardest hit by all of this are Alicia's 3 children.
To find out that your mother was tragically murdered. My oldest niece is 22. My nephew is 19, and then her youngest daughter is 14. So they're handling it as best as they can.
Family hoping this tragedy shines a light on domestic violence and the loved ones left behind.
My goodness. My goodness. My goodness. Isn't that so sad? That's so sad. Her children, beautiful, beautiful. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things is not like the other. Do you hear me? This beautiful woman, this radiant woman, so full of life. One of these things is not like the other. So we can see from Alicia's story, you know, okay, let's go deeper into this story. All right. So Marcus Lofton, age 42, is now, you know, being charged with murder and a firearm violation. So he was already, sounds like a convicted felon, okay, whose convictions for firearms and drugs date to back to 2000. All right. Absolutely not. This happened in Michigan. All right. He allegedly told investigators that she had served him divorce papers a day earlier and she was selling the house. So she was done with this bum. She was done with this narcissistic clown. Do you understand me? I'm just, listen, I'm not allegedly. She would look, do I need to say allegedly? Allegedly, Alicia was done. All right. With this bum. Do you understand me? This clown. And this is what I did a TikTok about this. I'm not a reporter or anything like that. I just, you know, we're just holding conversations. We talk about narcissist abuse and spiritual warfare, right? Y'all, we are in a time where if you are the person that lights up the room, if you are the person who is the life of the party, you can't be playing with these demonic clowns. Do you understand me? This is sad. So she found out, okay, let's go a little deeper. She found out that he was living a double life. That's what we're talking about here, the secret life of a narcissist. Miss Alicia found out that her husband of less than 6 months was living a double life. All right. He was a homosexual or bisexual. All right. And she found this out. She allegedly posted you know, his interactions dealing with men on a site. It said, you know, whose man's is this or something to that effect. So she posted the interactions between him and a man or something like that on this website. And supposedly she went live or something like that. Some, you know, that the news is not reporting that. Other you know, sites on social media are reporting that that she posted that and was going to go live or went live or something like that, discussing what had happened. And she, you know, she said she was going to divorce him. She found out that he was, you know, his past. She found out that he was having homosexual relationships. So there was infidelity there that could have put her life at risk. All right. So there was a number of things that was going on. Think of what was going through this woman's mind to think that she had married a straight man, think that she had married a heterosexual man, and to find out that not only was he homosexual, but he was having multiple affairs allegedly with his boyfriend or whoever. That was putting not only her at risk, but her family at risk as well, putting her safety you know, because who knows, you know, what these people are about, and then putting her sexual, her body at risk for sexual transmitted diseases and sexually transmitted demons. And of course, I'm sure she slept with him. She could have contracted HIV. There's some things that penicillin won't get rid of. Do you understand me? So when people are like this, they're showing you who they are. And she made a decision that she was not going to take this, that she was not only going to divorce him, but she was putting him out of her home. Do you understand me? All right. And she had taken the precautionary steps to separate from this man. So she did the right things. And she had an order. He was not supposed to be in contact with her. For one, he was a convicted felon, right? He was a convicted felon. So I don't believe he was even supposed to be around firearms. Now she like me. She kept her Glock on her hip. Do you understand me? But in this case, she was not able to get to it before he did. All right, and I'm gonna talk about that. So a restraining order and no contact orders are pieces of paper to sociopaths, to narcissists. They don't care. They'll violate. They'll wipe their butt with that as restraining order. So once he found out that that she was exposing him, he came over to the house where she was, and talking about he came over there to talk, and they began arguing. And they said she had her Glock and her joy. If you know my story, this could have been me. Oh my goodness. So she had her Glock, her gun in her, and the video is going to get flagged anyway for, me using Fox's video. That's fine. All right. So let me be careful with my words. So she got to the weapon quicker than, or he got to the weapon quicker than she did. All right. And supposedly he said he was going to hit her with it or pistol whip her or whatever. And the gun went off. That's his story, and he's sticking to it. Okay. And supposedly she ran into the bathroom, and she tried to get away by climbing out of a window, and he opened fire on her, shooting multiple shots into her as she was climbing out of the window. And I don't know if she was found on the ground. One report said she was found outside. So I don't know what happened. I thought she was found in the bathroom. And one report I read said she was found outside. So, if you've read that, clear that up in the comments. So we can see, how these things can escalate so quick. And we think that we have a hold on these people. We think that we know somebody. If you're with a narcissist, tis the season to get away. Do you understand me? Tis the season to get away. It is Exodus season. And some of his tweets, social media will always come back. If you posted some scrupulous things, social media will always come back to tell the tale. They'll always go back and dig up your tweets. And he had a tweet saying that he's a narcissist. Good morning. And people were laughing. Oh no, Mr. Marcus was serious, was he not? He was serious. They tell on themselves. Good morning. I'm a narcissist. Why 35 people shared that out? I guess I don't know if this was afterwards or whatever. Who liked this? Who liked that? Anyway, so the lessons learned. All right. Narcissists want to control you. Have you seen those people that say, well, if I can't have you, no one will have you? If somebody is telling you, you need to get your hat, your coat, and hightail it up out of there. That's not cute. Possessive love is not cute. Possessiveness and control is only cute to unhealed people. It's only cute to people whose inner child is wounded, because that narcissist is going to come to pretending to protect your inner child, but you don't know the same person that seems to protect you. If they're controlling and narcissistic and sociopathic and Jezebelic, that same person that you think is going to protect you will be the very one that turns against you. Ask me how I know. Do you understand me? All right. So the narcissist wants to control you. And if they can't have you, some of these people are so wicked. They will say, if I can't have you, no one else will have you. That's red flag. Red, sound the alarm. Flag on the place, sound the alarm. That's not cute. That's only cute to an unhealed, empathetic person. Do you understand me? That's not cute. That's a trauma bond. They're about to take you through the cycles of abuse that we talked about last week. They're about to take you through every cycle of abuse. And you can see in this relationship They were only married for less than 6 months, I believe. 2 months, I think they got married in March of this year. 2 months after they were married, she had already filed a report against domestic violence against him. So they had already been going through these cycles of abuse. Okay. And, you know, she thinks, you know, and this is, you know, for somebody that the signs were there, I just couldn't see them because I was under witchcraft. I was under deception. I was in idolatry. I was blinded. And so I know she was, you know, I know what that looks like. She was in a trauma bond. She was under generational curse. She was, you know, under sin. She was under a lot of things that she had no clue that she was under, much like myself and many of us were. And some of you are to this day, right? So you can't identify the red flags when you're dating them. You can identify the red flags. When somebody is controlling like that, they will turn on you later. All right. They will turn on you. That person wants to control you. That person wants to possess you. That person is only with you because they're using you for your resources, for your time, for your energy. All right. For your resources. They're only using you because this is, what is this? What is this? And look at this. He's already a convicted felon. Are there some convicted felons that can get out, that have been wrongly convicted? And there are some that, you know, they clean themselves up. But I don't know if he displayed this. But her story is much like mine, where it only took, it took, as soon as we got married, the abuse began. And her case was much like mine, and many of ours. It doesn't take the narcissist that long for the mask to slip. Right? How many of you have been in the situation? How long did it take the narcissist mask to slip? And it may not have been physical abuse, but how long did it take before the emotional abuse and the psychological and the silent treatment? How long did it take before the triangulation and the smear campaign and the gaslighting began? How long did it take before you began walking on eggshells? How long did it take for you, for them to start abusing you and calling you out your name? How long did it take? How long did it take? It doesn't take them very long. So it didn't take Mr. Marcus that long at all either. So we can see where with the narcissist, he was in fear of being exposed. He wanted to continue to be married to this woman and be able to cheat with his boyfriends and do whatever he wanted to do, all the while being on social media. And on social media, social media is a facade. All that glitters is not gold. On social media, you can see them dancing and having a good time, and they look beautiful in pictures for the gram. All that glitters is not gold. This is why you should never covet anybody's marriage, anybody's relationships. Okay. But he was in fear of being exposed. That's what demons are, always in fear of being exposed. They don't want to be exposed. He was all right as long as he got to, you know, do the things that he wanted to do, introduce a spirit of Belial and perversion into her and her children's life. All right. He was okay, but he was not okay the moment that she threatened exposure. Those demons hate exposure, and you will see who that narcissist really is when they want to discard you or you try to discard them. You will see who they really are. You will see that all bets are off when you try to divorce a narcissist. Now, some of them go quickly, especially if you have something on them when you have the upper hand. But if they feel like they have the upper hand, they will try to dog walk you. Do you understand me? So that you have to move strategically. All right. So narcissists, they want to blast your secrets. Now, was she right blasting, putting his stuff on social media? I'm not saying she was right. I'm not saying she was wrong. Would I do that? Not at that time. Not at that time. I sure wouldn't. Not at that time. So this is why you have to move in wisdom. You have to be wise as a serpent, gentle as a dove. If I was to do that, I sure wouldn't do that while we still had ties and going through no, but I understand she probably didn't know what she was dealing with. And this is what a lot of people do. They underestimate evil. And they think that there won't be any repercussions. All right. What he did was absolutely wrong. That he was wrong. All right. And I'm not saying she's right or wrong for putting that on social media. Would I have done it at that time? Nope. Not at that time. But she didn't know what she was dealing with. In her defense, She didn't know what she was dealing with. She didn't know the level of evil that resided, that lived. She didn't know that she was sleeping with her enemy. She didn't know that until it was much too late. Now, did he already show her signs of that? Yeah. They already had calls of domestic violence. So the signs were there. We just underestimate evil. All right. So we cannot underestimate evil. All right. So I would say keep some things close held until you are safe. All right, because you're showing your hand, and you can't show your hand too quickly with the narcissist. You have to play chess, not checkers. So be smart. Emotions will try to get riled up and say that you should do that. Be wise. Be wise. Be wise. Be wise. Okay. All right. And if they're controlling during the courtship, they're going to be controlling during the marriage. It's not going to change. Marriage, the ring don't mean a thing. Marriage does not change a demon. All right. For those of you who want to go to counseling and therapy does not get rid of demons. All right. You're just going to have a smarter demon, because they're going to even know more about how to manipulate and dominate you from the things that they learn about you in therapy. They're going to be an even wiser narcissist. Why do you think these self-aware narcissists, and why you sit at their feet? Because they've gone to therapy. Some of them have gone to therapy, and now they're even more wiser on how to manipulate and abuse and use you as narcissistic supply. So I would never recommend someone going to therapy with a narcissist, but I know you got to mess around and find out for yourself. All right. The warning signs were there. What were the warning signs in your relationship? Were they not there? Were the red flags not red flagging? Were they red flagging? They was red flagging. We just didn't know. But thank God it didn't cost us our life. But for her, it cost her her life. And it cost her children a lifetime of remorse and agony. And if she was here, I'm sure she would do things a lot differently. And hindsight is always 20/20. We can always, well, look at the signs we didn't know. All right. And hindsight is always 20/20, but we pray that we learn the lessons. All right. What else? So we know that narcissists fear exposure. So you have to move wisely. Okay. And marriage, for those of you who are same-sex attracted, dealing with that, marriage is not a cure for same-sex attraction. It's not a cure for homosexuality. If you think that, if I get married, I can, just pretend that I love a woman, or I can pretend that I love a man. You got to deal with those demons, because that's what it is. You got to deal with those things. Okay. All right. You got to deal with those things so that you don't bring other people into your confusion. All right. Other people into what you have going on. Okay. Yes. And you can see how marriage for a narcissist is just about image. That's it. It's just about image. It's just about how good you can look. That's all it's about. It's not about anything else. It's just for image. Okay. It's just for image. That's it. It's just to have a place to stay. It's just to appear normal. Again, you're dealing with demons. Demons have to assimilate. So they have to watch you and see how you move. They have to watch you to see how to interact with people. All right. And we can see, again, she got a smile that will light up a room. Us empathetic people who have smiles that will light up a room. Us empathetic people who are the life of the party. Look, in any crime story, I always say, you will see a narcissist and you will see the empathic person. You will see the narcissist and you will see the empathic person. Sometimes you will see two narcissists, but it's usually an empathic person and a narcissist. And that empathic person and narcissist get together. And in any case, I want you to start, when you watch crime show, oh yeah, that's the narcissist. I mean, we don't diagnose, but we do discern. Oh, yep, that's that Jezebel right there. Oh, yes, that's it. Can you not point them out now? Because you're watching it from a different lens. Now, we couldn't point out the narcissist in our life, until years later. But now that we're awakened, now we can see that that's a narc in the middle. Oh, yeah, that's a Jezebel. Look at it. Look at that mother-in-law. Oh, yeah, that's a whole Jezebel right there. Look at the signs, traits. Look at the characteristics. Now you can see it. All right. So it's good that more people are awakening, but pay attention on these. When you see a report, you'll start to see that's a narcissist. That's a sociopath. Now, a lot of times, right? I'd say probably about 90% of the time. Do regular people commit crimes? Yes. But a lot of times when these relationships with these fatal attraction and these for my man and all of that, I've done videos on that. Okay, go back and watch those. But you can see there was an empathic person and a narcissist, a wounded person, and it ends up costing them their life by being in these demonic covenants. Okay. And I just can't imagine how she felt when she knew something was very, very wrong. Because I can remember in that moment, in the moment, things that have happened to me, and I remember I done messed up now. You know, like that dude on Minister Society, you know you done messed up, don't you? You bought the bottle of beer. You know you done messed up, don't you? And I knew, oh my God, God help me. I have messed up. What have I done? Now, see, God kept us under grace for those of us who make it out and live to tell the tales. You're supposed to get saved so you can go back and tell somebody else. But for those of us who live to tell the tale, it's like, what did I do? What was I in? Whose life am I living? And I can only imagine all the things that were going through her mind as she tried to climb out that window. I can imagine she thought about her 14-year-old, her 22-year-old, her 19-year-old. I can't imagine. I can only imagine how she felt in that moment. That the person that she made a vow and that made a vow and a covenant to her to protect her, to love, cherish, and obey, to protect this person, to love them in sickness and health, till death do us part. And this is the very person that ends up turning on you. I can only imagine in that moment, that final shot, what she felt. And I don't, you know, and we rebuke the spirit of murder. And this is why it's so important to be in covenant with the Most High and not in these demonic covenants. So she tried to get away. He had a history of domestic violence, history of having weapons that he was not supposed to have. All right. But her story is like many of our stories, male or female. Some of you males have gotten out. You thought it was cute that she was a little feisty. You thought it was cute. All right. All right. You thought she was cute. You thought that devil in a blue dress was cute with her 36, 24, 36. You thought that was cute until it wasn't, till her cuteness turned on you. Ain't nothing cute about a vindictive, hateful, spiteful, vengeful, nasty mouth woman, a nasty mouth gutter snipe. Ain't nothing cute about a gutter snipe. Ain't nothing attractive about a foul mouth woman. Ain't nothing attractive about it. Ain't nothing attractive about Jezebel. I don't care if she fine as wine with a big behind, a small, big, whatever you like. Is nothing attractive about a woman who is trying to kill you in the spirit and in the natural, who's trying to emasculate you and make you a eunuch. There's nothing attractive about that. There's nothing attractive about a woman using you. There's nothing attractive about being a sugar daddy. It's nothing attractive about that. And if it is, then you have work to do. There's nothing attractive, sisters, about a man who I can't even say he was fine. And it's nothing attractive about that. It's nothing about attractive about a man who says he loves you, but harms you. There's nothing attractive about that. That's Stockholm Syndrome. There's nothing attractive about a man that is using and misusing your body and making you a concubine. And there's nothing attractive about that. That's keeping you in demonic covenants that is introducing your body to spirit spouses and soul ties and incubus and succubus. And by the time you leave that relationship, all right, you need full-blown deliverance. Do you understand me? It's nothing attractive about sexually transmitted diseases and demons. It's nothing attractive about it. You want a roughneck. Someone was talking about that. No, nice guys finish first. We're in the season of the nice guy. Nice guys keep being nice guys. There are a group of women who like nice guys. Do you understand me? Who are through with gutter snipes, male or female. Who want a godly man. Who want a godly woman. Women, there are men out here who want godly women. Yes, there are. It's just the media, you know, glorifies the IG model. Oh, but no, natural women are coming back. Man, natural women are making a comeback. The BBL women, and it's nothing. Listen, if that's what you want to do, I'm not here to, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But listen, the natural woman is coming back. Yes, she is. There's nothing wrong with it. The nice guy, the nice guy is coming back. Nice guys do finish first. Nice guys don't finish last. The only way a nice guy finishes last is if he's an Ahab. And that means you got some healing to do. Nice girls do win. Nice girls do win. The only way you don't win is if you are a perpetual victim. Those don't win. So you have to come out of victimization. You have to come out of being an Ahab and being a eunuch and being castrated and being silenced by Jezebel. You have to come up out of that. You have to come up out of your wounds to overcome by the blood of Jesus. All right. So I pray for her family. And this was another point before I go. Don't underestimate evil. Don't try to reason with evil. Too many of us meet, you know, or too many people meet narcissists for one last conversation. No, let your mediator do the talking. Let your lawyer, all right, do the talking. You have to do things to protect yourself if you're with a suspected narcissist. All right. You never know their level of psychopathy, and it's nothing to play with. Too many people are out here playing Russian roulette with their life as if they have another life. You got another life somewhere? You got another life tucked away somewhere? So don't underestimate these people when they give you the silent treatment, when they're a whole-blown Jezebel. Do not underestimate evil when they're seeking to control and dominate you through witchcraft, flattery. The love bombing is witchcraft. When they have flattery on their lips and venom in their veins, when they're a different person behind closed doors, when they use fear and victimization and intimidation, when they have a lack of empathy, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them. All right. When they are conning and conniving and scammers and vindictive and deceptive. All right. When they're fake nice. Narcissists are fake nice. I keep saying I've never met a nice narcissist. There are no nice narcissists. You're in deception. You're deceived. All right. They form unholy alliances and demonic covenants with Ahabs. They introduce sexual immorality into your life, witchcraft, divination, and the worship of false gods. All right. It brings in other spirits. You cannot play with these spirits. You cannot play in this time that we are in. You cannot play with these spirits. So if you are in these situations, you got to recognize that this is an ungodly soul tie. This is Stockholm syndrome. This is a trauma bond. This is a demonic covenant. Okay. This is outside of the will of God. And when you are outside of the will of God, you are at the mercy of God to protect you in that sin. And God protected many of us. While some of you are mad at God, he actually kept you and protected you from that narcissist overtaking you. And some people, because of the curses and the sin that is upon their life, they end up losing their life because of the choices that they made and the partners that they chose. They end up losing their life, male or female. They end up losing their life behind these people. Why? Because narcissists have the mind of Satan. They have the mind of Satan to kill, steal, and destroy. And if you ever make the mistake of staying with the narcissist, may the odds be ever in your favor, because you have signed up as a tribute. You have signed up for a tribute if you are in a narcissistic relationship. And this is the season where it's time to get out. All right. And another sad point about this was the LGBTQIA allegedly started a movement called Know Who You Married. That's to take the accountability off the person telling you that they're homosexual or bisexual or same-sex attracted. They said, no, you should know. Know who you married. No, how about you be honest? How about you be honest? How about we start there? But people who are narcissistic in their thinking, and that whole movement is a narcissistic movement. Yes, it is. All right. You have to be highly narcissistic to think that the onus is on somebody to figure out. All right. Now, are we supposed to do our due diligence? Absolutely. Absolutely. We are supposed to do our due diligence. But if you tell me, if we meet and you tell me that you like women, I think that you like women. I think that you like women. And many narcissists, I hope you know this, narcissists don't care about supply. They don't care who they get it from. They don't care. Who do you think is doing this to these children? Who do you think is leading? Who do you think is doing this? Who do you think is doing this? This is somebody who has the perverted mind of Satan. Do you understand me? Who do you think is doing this to these children? Who do you think are doing this? All right. You have to be heavily narcissistic in your thinking to do these things, to think that that the onus is on somebody else. All right. You are supposed to own up to that. You are supposed to own up for that. But it's a narcissistic movement. Yes, it is. All right. And narcissists lie. Narcissists lie. Like to think that, you know, people don't lie about their gender. They lie every day. People lie. And, you know, with these surgeries and enhancements and all of this, people are able to cover up who they really are. I've seen some transgenders and different things, and they have me like, wow, that's a woman? That's a man? Because everybody you can't tell. The majority of them you can tell. Some of them you can't tell. And some of them are down low. A lot of same-sex attracted people will tell you that some of your husbands are not, you know, who you think they are. Some of your wives are not who you think they are. They know it because they see the spirit. They see the signs. They know. And then they see different people's spouses in different places where they are not supposed to be doing things that they are not supposed to be doing. Narcissists live double lives. And I've seen people on my post that talks about how narcissists will sleep with a man, a woman, they'll sleep with anything. I've seen lesbians and they have 5 kids and now, or they were straight and now, you know, they have 5 kids and now they talking about they're lesbian. I mean, and these people, some of these people are narcissists. Narcissists are not. That's confusion. Do you understand me? But these people are lying about who they are. And you don't, that's evil. So how can that relationship stand when it's built on lies? It's built on deception. It's built on witchcraft. And if you're not careful, murder can enter into that equation. Whether it's a soul murder, or it's a spiritual, or it's a natural murder. All right. So the point of this video is, you know, to keep Alicia's children and her loved ones up in prayer. Don't ever underestimate evil. Don't think, well, I know because I've been married. I've been married to her for 23 years. 24, 20 years. And I know she would never do that. A lot of people are in the grave who thought somebody would never do what they did, and they did it. And the other person is not here to tell the story, because dead men don't tell any tales. Dead men dead man tells no lies. Dead man tells no tales. So look, all we have is the narcissist version of what happened. And they lie like a rug. So be careful out here. That's all of us with friendships. We saw that with Shaquilla Robinson, right? We saw that. We see that with so many headlines that I could have picked from. It's headline after headline of men, you know, unaliving a woman unaliving her husband. There was a couple in Atlanta. They were like life insurance. I did a live on that. I think they were into life insurance and different things. And on the outside, it looked like they had it so good. And the woman ended up unaliving her husband. So this is not to invoke fear. This is so that you are cautious. This is a cautionary tale of what can happen to you when you're unawakened. Okay, and actually she really did. Once she found out who he was, it sounds like she got the restraining order, the no contact order, you know, sounds like she put him out, and he bombarded his way back into her home, it sounds like, allegedly. All right, so you have to protect yourself. Your empathy can cost you. Empathy can cost us, because these people, look, they are on assignment and they are like terminators. And before you know it, in the twinkling of an eye, your whole life can change. All right. And these things, and we just saw, it was another story that I was going to do where the woman, the young lady, I think she was like 18 or something like that, had a baby by a young man, and his mother. All right. Let me see. Do I have that story? And his mother, co-conspire to kill, to unalive, co-conspire to kill her daughter-in-law. I can't find it. But yeah, that was sad. If you, any of those who heard about it, the grandmother, her mother-in-law, would have been her mother-in-law, her children's grandmother conspired with the boyfriend to unalive her. She got her a job at Home Depot, where the mother-in-law worked. What would have been her mother-in-law worked, right? She was, you know, texting the girl on the day of, you know, because the boy was mad because I guess she was gonna put him on child support allegedly or something like that, or wouldn't let him see the baby. So mom was like, you know, handle that, you know what I mean? And then she tried to go back and erase the text messages. So the day of when the girl got unalived, the mother drove the girl to work and set her up. These people are wicked. And the son ended up going into the Home Depot and firing, I think, 8 shots into Home Depot and end up unaliving her. These people are wicked. And then the grandmother ended up coming to the I don't know if it was like the balloon ceremony or something. She was smiling and, you know, crying, fake crying, and doing different things, knowing this is before they figured out that she was in on the plot. And she threw her son under the bus, because that's what narcissistic women do. They'll use their sons. They'll use their daughters. That's what narcissistic men do. And then you know, we've seen that so many times on For My Man, the woman or the man, or in this case, For My Man, the woman ends up, you know, doing things, selling, pushing his weight, pushing his drugs, doing different things. And then, you know, he ended up throwing her up under the bus, and she doing a prison bid for a dusty demonic clown. How many times have we seen that? How many times have we seen that? So don't underestimate evil. It's all around us. It is all around us. If you are the empathetic person, narcissists are on a mission to kill, steal, and destroy. They want to snuff out the life that is inside of us, the light that of Christ that resides in you. So it is up to you to protect yourself. And don't think you're doing too much. Oh, why don't you just, you know, they love to minimize the abuse. Oh, I just choked you. Oh, I didn't mean it. They love to play on your empathy, male or female, mother, father, mother-in-law, dad-in-law, whatever, sister, they brother, okay, aunts, uncles. You have to be careful, and you have to do what you can do to protect yourself. If you are no contact, stay no contact, get the protection orders, get the restraining orders, go to your hearings, but also understand, to a narcissist will wipe their butt with that restraining order. All right. So you still have to protect yourself in the natural and the spiritual realm. Petition the courts of heaven for a divine restraining order. God will do things that the court systems won't do to protect you, because he is the ultimate judge and jury. He is the ultimate executioner. Okay, so he will vindicate you. He will restore you. He will protect you. You don't have to make deals with the devil in order to be protected. When the Most High is your protector, when Jehovah Gabor is your protector, he goes before you in war, and he will do things that no man can do. He will open up doors that no man can open. He will protect you. He will send his legion of angels to protect you. But the most important thing is this: you have to repent and submit to him. If you're in covenant with Jezebel, Jezebel, the God that you serve is the God that is charged with taking care of you. So if Jezebel is your God and you're in covenant with the narcissist, Jezebel and Baal are your gods. They are charged with taking care of you, and demons don't take care of you. They torment you. They torment and harass you. But when you're in the Most High, you come into the covenant. God is your stronghold. God is your strong tower, and he will be everything you need. And then you won't need the so-called protection of a demonic clown, because demons are going to turn on you. Those demons that are going to turn on you, and you're going to see what this is really about. And God does not want that for you. So that one of the first things to get out of this, if you're in these situations, is to repent, is to admit that you need help, that you need a savior. And it's the one thing that the narcissist does not want you to do, because they know that's where your help comes from. Okay. All right. You have to break the legal rights of those demons, because you made agreements with them. There was agreements that were formed, and now murder is up on this bloodline. It probably was already in the bloodline. All right. Now it's gotten re-upped. And now I told you, narcissists are weapons of mass destruction. Satan uses the spawns of Satan, those who have taken on his mindset, to inflict damage, maximum damage upon empathetic people who are children of the Most High God. And so Jezebel uses your empathy to get you into unholy alliances with narcissists. Narcissists are weapons of mass destruction. This one man calls, remember I told you about that story about the lady, same type of situation. She married an ex-con, right? He had killed the family before her. And her dad in prison, he was a pastor. Her dad was a pastor, and he ended up going to bat for him while he was in prison after he had unalived his first wife. All right. Unalived his first wife, did a prison bid. The pastor ended up, getting him out, writing to the parole board. He's changed. He's let him out. No discernment, no spiritual warfare. And it's the same type of pastor that will lead you to stay in these demonic covenants. Do you understand me? But anyway, the blood is up on his hands for his daughter's murder. Yes, it is. The blood is up on his hands for his daughter getting unalived. So his daughter end up, wait, did she get unalive, or did she get burned? I think she did. No. And this one, the blood is on his hands for his grandchildren getting unalive. He killed, because that's what psychopaths do. Psychopaths, they'll unalive your children, your dogs, your pets. That's what they do, because it torments you. Sociopaths, that's why they do that with your children. They hate their children, but they hate you. So they'll use the hatred that they have for you fuels them to harm your children and to keep, to do things to your children. But in this particular case, the so-called pastor petitioned to get this man out of jail, and then the daughter ended up dating him. Or I don't know, she probably was dating him before, if he was going that hard in the paint. Ended up marrying him. He tied her up in the basement and unalived her 3 children. No, you think these people won't do what they did? These people thought that they wouldn't, and they did and will until somebody stops them. Those demons, these are demons. These demons have a ferocious appetite. They need blood. They love blood. They need a sacrifice. So when you are in these relationships, you are sacrificing yourself, and you are sacrificing your children. You are giving your children over to the god of Molech. You are giving your children, and you are feeding demonic altars. On that day, these people died. These children died. Altars got fed. Altars got fed, and the children likely know nothing about spiritual warfare, about tearing this down. All right. So if you're narcissist in your life, altars are getting fed, curses are getting re-upped, and it's up to you to tear those altars down. Do you understand me? All right. And it's going to you got to break the legal rights. You cannot fight demons that you are in agreement with. If you have a covenant with a narcissist, that is an agreement. And they are in agreement with Baal. They are in agreement with Jezebel. So by proxy, you are in agreement with the same demons. When you attach yourself to these demonic fraternities and sororities and Freemasonry, you are attached to demonic gods and deities and paganism. When you doing this yoga and all this stuff, you are opening yourself up to demonic forces. When you're in witchcraft, you're making agreements with the demonic realm. So you have to realize what this is. You cannot fight demons that you yourself are in agreement with. You have to break the agreement, break the soul tie, break the covenant, and get to work. You got to go to the word and you got to go to work. Do you understand me? All right. All right. So I pray this message blessed you. All right. Thank you for the ladies in CBU. Y'all, did we have a time? Did we have a time in Chainbreaker University on Thursday? Miss Arne, Ariana, and Mari set it off up in there. Do you understand me? So if you are ready to go to the next level in your healing journey, join Chainbreaker University. Do you understand me? It was off the chain. Do you understand me? If you need a one-on-one, all right, I have limited one-on-ones. All right, you can schedule that. Don't waste my time. This is for people who want deliverance, people who need coaching and, you know, are trying to get up out of these situations, who need guidance, coaching, and mentorship. All right, and discipleship. That's what CBU is all about. We'll be back September the 7th. So if you want to join before September, if you want to get in on the next sessions, all right, join. All right. And then we'll have a one-on-one prior. All right. Because I gotta make sure everybody is who they say they are. All right. But CBU is nothing like it. It's nothing like it. All right. So we talked about, you know, overcoming financial abuse and so many just the powerful testimonies of those three ladies. Do you hear me? Man, it's all I can say. I was literally, when I got off of there, y'all, I was like, look at the move of God. Look at the move of God. All right. Over my daughter, over Arne and her daughter, like chains are being broken. If you are a woman who's alienated from your children and you're not the narcissist, join us. All right. If you are a young woman, older woman, all right, who are trying to overcome narcissist abuse, join us if God leads you there. All right. And you have the right mind to do the work, because it's work. We don't come there and play around. All right. So anyway, join us there. All right. It will bless you. And you'll see some of the ladies talk about CBU in here. It is life-changing. God is doing a mighty thing in there. He is restoring our finances. He is restoring our lives. He is resetting faulty foundations. He is breaking ties. He is breaking soul ties. He is changing lives. Do you understand me? So it's powerful. It is powerful. All right. So anyway, I pray this message bless you. Don't forget to hit the like button if you're coming in at the last, in between the premiere. Join me. I'll be talking next week. All right. I won't be live this Saturday, but next Saturday, September the 2nd, I'll be talking about how narcissists initiate you and your children into the marine kingdom. You don't want to miss that. All right. And then you can join if you want to sign up for the newsletters, to see when, you know, different events are happening. Do that. And I think Tuesday, the 29th, I'll be on Clubhouse, for those of you on Clubhouse, talking about narcissism and in the church and some other things. So that's going to be a good conversation at 8 a.m. on Clubhouse. I'll put it in my community tab here. All right. So join us, join the newsletters, join the community. Yeah. And brothers, if you need, I have brothers that reach out to me for coaching. That's fine. You know, on Wizio, if you have a question, if you're not ready, you can't afford it or whatever, Wizio is a low cost option as well. All right. And then check out my husband. We'll be over his channel on Wednesday. He'll be live at 5 p.m. on Wednesday. Join. The messages are awesome. Okay. So there's a lot going on here. I know Joy, you can join her in the Healing Lounge on Pink Girl Teaches. There's a lot going on here. There's something literally for everyone. Okay. But I pray that God blesses you. thank you for joining. What did you learn about this, like this situation? What are the lessons learned from you? Put those in the comments, or come back after the video premiere ends and put it in the comment. Like, what are your thoughts about that? Did you have any experience with that, male or female? And brothers, I pray that you all continue that. I thank God for the men that he has sent here. Okay. Because we need your voices as well. And sometimes your voices get drowned out, but kings are arising, queens are arising. All right. The remnant is arising. There's so much going on in the body of Christ right now. And yeah, we need to make sure we're on post. Somebody is waiting on you. Somebody is waiting on you to tell your story. We overcome by the blood and the sharing of our testimony. When you share your testimony, it breaks chains. With the right people, it will break chains. Don't let the arrow and the fiery darts of Jezebel quench out your healing and your recovery. If you're a child of the Most High God, deliverance is your portion. Your inheritance is your portion. Healing is your portion. You're an overcomer in Christ. Do you understand me? All right. So God bless you. And I will see you next Saturday at 1 p.m. CST. Don't be late. Don't be late. All right, y'all. God bless you. Bye-bye.